So yeah, my name is Philippe Riot. So I work for BNP Paribas Securities Services as a head of digital transformation. So it's a journey we started 3 years ago, more or less. Initially, I thought everything would be done in 3 years, but I quickly realized that things are slower than what we expected, and that digital transformation will take a few years longer. Before I explain what we do and what is our journey with Amelia, I will maybe highlight what we do as a business, because we are very specialized businesses serving very specific customers. So I just want you to know exactly the complexity we are facing. So more or less, BNP Paribas Securities Services is what we call a global custodian. So our role is really to support financial institutions, so asset owners, asset managers, banks, brokers, accessing the various markets across the world, custody their assets and settling their transactions. We are part of BNP Paribas Group, part of the institutional and corporate banking businesses, the biggest, more or less, non-US player in asset servicing. So our role is to be really robust, safe, but at the same time very close to the market and very agile, and to support very demanding customers. In terms of figures, we are 12,000 employees, businesses spread across 36 countries. With big operating hubs in Chennai, India, Lisbon, where we have at least 3,000 people in Lisbon, and Warsaw as well. So obviously, as part of what we face as a journey for Amelia, we have to face with many cross-border interaction between our customers, who are based in many countries, and many countries in which we operate, so in multiple languages. In terms of products and type of customers, we are facing a very diverse diversity of products. So asset and fund services is really what we do for asset managers. So we do fund accounting, performance measurement, investment compliance. So we guarantee that the investment made by the fund is fully compliant with the initial strategy of the fund. This is a regulatory need that we comply with. We do reporting, performance reporting, regulatory, a whole set of analytics. We do core banking businesses, custody, settlement, and clearance of trades. It's really a safekeeping role, so the vault aspect of what we do. We are a big BPO provider as well, so we lift out operations from our customers, middle office, back office functions, so a lot of operations, a lot of IT behind. We support corporates in issuing their equities, their debts. We go up to organizing general meetings. For instance, in France, we organize the general meetings, the voting process, and so on. And finally, all of these products are backed up by financial markets. So we lend securities, we lend cash, we perform forex transactions for our customers to help them, accessing the various markets. Type of customers in many geographies, corporate and issuers, alternative funds, asset owners, insurance, pension funds, asset managers, and finally bank of brokers. So in terms of digital transformation, it's very wide what we have to cope with. The way we structure our digital transformation was around 3 core topics, maybe not a big surprise for you, but first, working a lot on enhancing customer experience, so leveraging anything we could do to make the connection between ourselves and our customer much more fluid, because the expectation was really raising on the customer side. I'll come back later on what we do exactly. Industrialize our processes, have you seen? So we are a big BPO provider, we process transactions, so we are a big process and data engine. So industrializing our processes is a key aspect, and the idea here is really to leverage any technologies, AI, robotics, cognitive agents, and methodologies such as Lean to make sure our processes are fully industrialized. And finally, build the services of tomorrow with two ambitions there: either be a disruptor on our market, so to beat our competitors, but also to be a fast follower on some initiatives. So a lot of blockchain topics. Obviously, as a custodian, we are a trust provider, so blockchain is quite important for us, but also open banking, data as a service, so a number of things where we are investing to generate the revenues of tomorrow. Our role as well as in my team is really to do a bit of R&D, so making sure we are looking at the latest technology, that we are betting on the right tools to support these transformation streams. So where does Amelia fit into our transformation? So more or less, and I will dig exactly on what we do, Amelia is really at the crossroads of everything that we do. Supporting customer experience, obviously, helping in industrializing processes, and potentially helping us generate future revenues as well. So it's not a journey that has been so easy. More or less the way we have organized our journey towards Amelia and getting in production very shortly. It started in 2016, more or less in 2016. One of my colleagues, Philippe Denis, I think he was a speaker last year, had the vision that Amelia could be quite a good tool for our businesses, and he did a video in virtual reality that we started to use across the various businesses. So we visited a number of locations, we participated to various offsites to show what it could be and raise interest. In summer 2017, we had the opportunity to bring our COMEX, who was sitting in New York, to visit IPsoft Center, and again raise interest on what was the possibility around the virtual cognitive agent. Thanks to this, we had a small investment of money, on time, and allocation of resources to do a proof of concept with Amelia on a web portal that we called Neolink, which is our B2B platform. So Amelia supporting this platform and the chat for the customers. The POC was nice, nice integration, good support from IPsoft, good value from the business owners, and we did a showcase to the COMEX back after the POC, and we had now a further investment to do a minimum viable product, which took more or less a bit more than a year. Minimum viable product meaning a production ready project on a limited scope. In parallel, we have made sure that we were betting on the right technologies through the procurement process, request for proposal, contract negotiation with IPsoft, and we are about to be ready. As soon as our production infrastructure is ready, we should start with a few pilot customers on a specific pieces of our businesses, and we should be in production directly for a customer-facing aspect by mid-June. So start date is mid-June. And we have directly worked on a use case that is customer-facing, not internal, but really customer-facing. So it took time to make sure that the tool was fully trained and that we had a 95% accuracy in the intent recognition. Obviously, what the team is doing currently is showing the MVP to the various businesses, and we are gathering additional use cases across the various businesses, and we are completing potentially the global business case of a rollout across the board of Amelia. More or less, Amelia, we call it NOA in BNP Paribas. NOA because it's neither a male or a female, plus it could stand as well for next generation online assistant. Okay, so now what I will focus is because I said NOA is at the crossroads of our digital transformation, so I will explain what we do in optimizing customer experience, optimizing our processes and the business models of tomorrow. So as far as customer experience is concerned, we have a roadmap that has started 3 years ago to deploy APIs for our customers. More and more our institutional customers are asking their data back, so we are developing a full set of APIs to enable them to extract data, information directly from our systems. By the way, this is a critical milestone as well for a good success of NOA, because NOA will query a number of APIs from our legacy platforms. We are still investing on our web portals, so reviewing the customer journey, reviewing the UX, mobility of our web portals. So it's still a big investment that we are directing money to. NOA fully backing up the portals, so live mid-June to support customer interaction and potentially as soon as Noah takes over a number of interactions, we will reduce potentially the investment on the web portal, because we feel that it might be the next generation of what customer will like, more chat-based interaction rather than pure access to a number of screens in our web portals. Finally, we are deploying Symfony, so more for internal and external purpose. Symfony is a secured chat tool that is currently being deployed across a number of financial institutions, in which we can interconnect with our employees, our customers. We can create rooms, and we will potentially be able to plug Noah into Symfony to secure the chat with our customers. So all of this progressing a bit in parallel at the same pace. So Noah, initially, our view is really to bundle it with our web portals to make sure that we have the right single sign-on aspect, that we can manage the security properly. We are starting more or less with a platform called PlanetShares. This is the demo that you have at BNP Paribas stand, which is more or less an activity where we manage shareholder register, so stock options, free shares from employees. It's a B2B to C businesses, and our virtual assistant Noah will be active on that aspect, so enabling customers to look at their portfolio, execute transactions, have some tax documentation pre-filled, and so on and so forth. A lot of integration between Noah on the web portal through a number of APIs that we have developed. And I think I'm very proud of the UX that we've been able to generate in terms of fluidity for the employee to find the right information. Is quite nice. We are starting to work on our B2B portal called Neolink, where again we will touch a number of customers who are currently asking a lot of reports, query transactions, so a lot of customer interactions. As far as digitizing our processes is concerned, Noah is of course part of it, but we started to roll out more or less three types of technology. So the basic, I would say the basic ones, not AI per se, but rule-based technology. We started 3 years ago a big rollout of RPA, so all over the place. Natural language generation, which is also tools that you can script and automate reporting to our customers in multiple languages. OCR, digital signature, all of this, where we're kind of quick wins. We mature technology that we have decided to roll out on an industrial basis. In parallel, we started to deploy a number of a bit more intelligent tools, such as machine learning, business process management to orchestrate the various businesses, natural language processing on a number of use cases, such as reading faxes, classifying emails, reading fund prospectus to extract key data sets. So this is really done more or less internally through a nice data scientist teams that we have the opportunity to have within BNP Paribas Group. So a lot is being done on a tactical basis towards helping our operation to reach a further level of efficiency. And finally, Noah, who integrates more or less a number of these tools to deliver a much more accurate customer information. What we have lacked a lot in the tool is really the capacity to integrate natural language processing, natural language generation, and especially the improvement workflow to have the tool learn on a supervised basis. Finally, how can Noah help design new business model? So this is pretty draft and not really triggered at this stage, but a number of financial custodians like us have a number of shared customers, and why not partnering with some of our peers to put some epics or languages in common interconnect everything in Symfony, because more or less financial institutions are connecting into Symfony, and design the standards of API leveraging ISO standard on Swift methodology. So this is really something we'd like to trigger going forward to deliver at the end a better experience to the customers that all of us are serving. So this is obviously to be discussed in more detail through the non-competitive, non-competitive, but I feel this is a good way to cooperate with our peers. Cooperation with our peers is something we do, especially on blockchain topics. Let's say in Europe, for instance, we have partners, we have created joint NewCo with our peers in France, so Société Générale, Crédit Agricole. We have, injected capital into blockchain companies that will deal with settlement and custody of financial transactions. So partnering with our peers is something that Digital Revolution is helping with. But we have some challenges ahead, obviously. I think within BNP Paribas Securities Services, access to the data is still problematic, especially understanding, what are the customer interactions. We've not been able to record, phone conversation for privacy reasons. So accessing to what are, the key conversations, the key topics, the number of interactions is a challenge, but really something we are working on. API readiness also is an issue. If you want to have a cognitive agent that is very powerful, it needs to access to the accounting system, to the transaction system, so that customer can get their information very instantly and very accurately. So you need to have all your legacy API ready, more or less with the diversity of customers that we have on the geography. We run more or less 700 different applications. So you see, we need this API to make NOAA much more successful. Operating model and skills. So we start mid-June, but we anticipate that we'll need new profiles, cognitive designer, linguists, people that will be able to audit the conversation and make sure that the intent will be properly recognized and that the query will go up to the end. So this is profile that we need to anticipate. Change management, surprisingly, it has not been a big issue so far, maybe because we've been a bit slow to deploy all of this technology. But I feel that people are quite enthusiastic about this kind of tool because they see it can relieve part of what they do. I think someone later this afternoon spoke about the HR onboarding or something like that. I think it's just obvious that a number of things, if you could be released from a number of administrative stuff, it's really positive. Another challenge is the continuous and the long-term investment capacity. For this kind of deployment, you have to be patient. As you've seen, it's a journey that started in 2016. You need to do POC, you need to do MVP, you need to convince people, you need to reconvince, and you need to stay on the top of a priority of investment, despite cost pressure, regulatory pressure, onboarding of new customers that comes as a priority. So you need to be really long-term in the investment capacity. Finally, production environment. So we will be running NOAA on our virtual private cloud internal. So we are still a bit anxious to have really the good production ready for the 15th of June. Finally, I think so far it has been a great experience. I've seen some people in my team getting skilled very quickly with the help of the IPsoft team. I think it generates so far a lot of enthusiasm from the various teams. Thank you. Thank you.